Season's greetings, one and all, from all of us here at Video Store Memoirs. I'm your host, Kevin Salina. Can you believe we are less than a week to Christmas? That being said, this is all the more reason to do the review that I decided to do today, and also I have to thank my son for being the one who picked this movie, because honestly, I was going to let this one slide and maybe wait until next year to see it, but he requested a family sit down, so I am reviewing Red One. Available right now on Amazon, and also I think it's still in the theater, so whichever way you prefer to see a movie, go check it out. Let's start with the usual here. Actually, no, we're going to skip the usual. We're just going to get right to the guts of this here. Anyone who's seen, like, the trailer or anything, this stars Chris Evans, J.K. Simmons, Lucy Liu, and, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's a interesting take on the whole mythos of Santa Claus, and the fact that you deal with the fact that Santa can actually get kidnapped. I didn't know there was such a thing as maybe an orange alert for Santa, but is that a red alert? I mean, sorry, that pun was so bad, I can't even forgive myself for that one. Anyway, so the premise of the movie is straight to the point. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson plays Cal, his Santa Claus's head of security, and unbelievably, on Christmas Eve, I think with like a day and a half before Christmas, someone kidnaps the main man himself, and Christmas is now in danger. Now, I will say, I had really no interest in this movie. Also because, I hate to say it, for me, The Rock has become one of those kind of one-trick pony. You always see the same kind of character played by him. It's not really a stretch for him. He's always playing the brooding badass, I'm here and you better stay the heck out of my way kind of guy. So him playing the head of security bodyguard to Saint Nick is, okay, it's right in his wheelhouse. But I will say, sitting down and watching this, they do have some really good ideas that they threw together here. The fact that the North Pole is one giant city. It's not just a little shack or anything that where Santa just has a whole bunch of stuff put together. It is a worldwide conglomerate, like the size of the North Pole. And it's one of those movies, it's kind of predictable. You see where things are going. The movie's too new. I'm not gonna go into many details on it. I don't want to get into that spoiler territory. But I will say, their ideas that they throw out for the whole idea of mythical creatures and stuff of legend. It's a really interesting balance, the way they talk about how basically it's something everyone knows who's in the know, but you're not allowed to know unless you are in the know. I know I just repeated myself, but who cares? Lucy Liu plays like basically the government liaison to the North Pole and every other mythical creature that's out in the world right now. And she is basically the person in charge of finding the missing Santa Claus. And their best tracker that they can come up with is a man who is known for hacking the world left and right just to make a buck, played by Chris Evans. In my opinion, I think he had the most interesting character in the show. He's kind of a jaded individual. He's kind of down on himself. He does what he needs to do to get by. He knows he's not the most respectable person in the world. He's okay with that, but he doesn't want anyone to get too close, so they get pulled in, and he ends up hurting them or in some way, shape, or form. So he's closed off and a jackass, but he feels that it's necessary, to protect people who know him best. I don't know. I like the movie. I like the Christmassy feel to it. I like the ideas that they threw around with the mythical creatures, especially some that encompass some of the greater ideas when it comes to Christmas time. And also, I did like the fact that they show the ins and outs of how Santa does what Santa does best in a single night. You're going to have to see it for yourself. It's really well done. I do like that. On the other take of it, the movie was okay as a critical point because it's very predictable. You see where things are going. Little clues, hints that come up, you're like, oh, they're gonna have to do this, or oh, they just said that they're gonna have to do this. It's you see the ending coming long before you get to the end. But for what it is a nice family movie, but it also does have some cool action sequences for, I'd say, for the dads or the action hero lovers who like watching Dwayne The Rock Johnson do what he does. Punching things, throwing things, like I said, being the brooding badass. It's just what he does. We've grown to love him for it. Que sera, sera. So I'm going to have to say, overall, I will give this 2.5, maybe 3 clamshells. Just like I said, basically for the good feel, Christmassy type movie vibe that they worked very hard to give off. It's a really good cast. It has some really good character mythos. Like I said, predictable, but if you can look past that, it's worth a watch. So like I said, Red One, it's on Amazon right now on Prime. You can check it out whenever you want. We here have a few more things to get crammed in, as it were. Like I said, it's a week before Christmas, and we're going to throw some extra movies at you, maybe a couple of recommendations for you to snuggle up with someone you love on Christmas Eve. So please keep tuned to us. Find us wherever you can. We are Video Store Memoirs. You can find us online, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, whatever handle, whatever emoji, wherever you need to type in on whatever keyboard, you can use it. You can find us. Trust me, it's not that hard. I appreciate every single one of you for always checking in with us. If you're new to us, welcome. And my name is Kevin Salina. I'll be back shortly with more for you guys. And like I said, happy holidays. Enjoy the movie.